All right, folks, let's head now to some Heisman power rankings. For the past couple weeks, it's been all Saquon Barkley, but as of late, he's struggled. A new guy, is that number one for you?
New guy, number one. New guy, and well, not at every single spot, but a complete reshuffling of our top five, and that just kind of shows you where our weekend was in college football. Let's start at number 5, a guy who has been a pretty stable name on our list all year, Bryce Love, the running back from Stanford. He wasn't great against Washington State. He did have a big 50-yard touchdown run in the middle of the game to get the scoring going, but I'll put it this way. His other 16 carries only went for 19 yards. He wasn't fantastic, but at the same time, he is still one of the leading rushers in the FBS in total yardage. Touchdowns as well, yards per carry, I do believe is still at 10 for Bryce Love. So he's been just under 10 now, but he's been spectacular all season long. A stable name on our list. At number 4, we have Jalen Hurts, quarterback for Alabama, who I think deserves to be on this list. I still think they're the best team in the country. That offense has been in control all year. They don't turn the ball over. They're smart. They score a ton of points, and they run the ball super well. Jalen Hurts has been an absolute stud for them this year and is only going to get better.
Yeah, we'll see if the Alabama bias always helps out the Heisman voters. Number 3, Jonathan Taylor of Wisconsin, the freshman.
You can make a legitimate argument that he's been the best running back in the country as a true freshman this year, averaging over 7 yards a carry so far. Another great game against Indiana this weekend. Lots of touchdowns, lots of yards. He definitely deserves to be on the list, but he hasn't even been the best guy at his own position.
At number 2, it's Saquon Barkley. It was number 1 last week, took a tumble though this week.
Yeah, and if you look at his total yardage this year, it isn't great. And if you're looking for a Michigan State highlight of Saquon Barkley, you won't find one because he didn't have any. But look, his overall production this season has been pretty fantastic. I think he deserves to stay on this list. He should be number 2 for the rest of the year.
And then at number 1, the new number 1, Baker Mayfield, fresh off a nearly 600-yard passing effort.
Baker Mayfield deserves to be number 1 on this list. Probably should have been number 1 the entire year, and this has been his trophy to lose for most of the season. The only time that he got bumped down is when they lost the game, and if you go back and look at the game that they lost, he was still spectacular in it. I really do love to see Baker Mayfield play the game of college football. I don't know if he's going to be great in the NFL, but honestly, I don't really care. He's putting up a Heisman year, having Heisman moments all over the place. That game against Oklahoma State was crazy. He's been spectacular.
All right, folks, you just saw the Mayfield highlights. Here are the top 5 once again. Bryce Love at number 5, Jalen Hurts at number 4, Jonathan Taylor at number 3, Saquon Barkley at 2, and Baker Mayfield, your new number 1.
And I really, the reason I have Jalen Hurts on there are probably other players you could put in command of that team, but eventually you just kind of say, all right, who's been the best player on the best team in the country? And look, I understand Downey and Harris has been good. Bo Scarborough has been very good as well. Jalen Hurts, to me, is still the best player on that team because the entire team has really accepted his personality, and it's translated to the rest of the team. He's a great leader on and off the field, but he's got nothing on Baker Mayfield this year.
Those are your Heisman top 5 candidates. We'll keep it rolling.